Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Tanya Mittal and her psychology for needing the spotlight incessantly. Before I start, I want to put out a disclaimer that I'm not diagnosing anyone through this video. I'm only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. I'm also not an avid Big Boss watcher, nor do I promote the show. I've only watched recent episodes as a research for this video. I will not be focusing on her claims about lavish lifestyle, entrepreneurial success, or her repeated emphasis on coming from a wealthy background while simultaneously portraying personal struggles. Topics that many YouTubers have already called out as inconsistent or exaggerated lies. Instead, my analysis centers on her behavioral attributes as seen on Big Boss. She comes off as someone with histrionic traits. Again, histrionic personality disorder or histrionic trait has to be diagnosed by a certified psychiatrist or psychologist after one-on-one interviews, detailed history taking, and administering appropriate tests, which I will not be doing in this video. Individuals with histrionic personality disorders have excessive emotionality and attention-seeking behavior. They become quickly uncomfortable or feel unappreciated when they are not the center of attention. If they are not the center of attention, they do something dramatic, for example, make up stories or create a scene. We have seen her do both of those things, make up stories and create drama throughout the process of the show. She appears to have a flair for stirring up drama. A recent example involves her dynamic with her self-proclaimed best friend Neelam Giri, another contestant on the show. She strategically formed a friendship with Farhana, someone Neelam has openly expressed her dislike for, seemingly to provoke a reaction and so that the drama revolves around her and she becomes the center of attention. As seen on the show, she has made comments acknowledging that her bond with Farhana might upset Neelam, yet she continues to maintain it. When Neelam eventually confronts her, she shifts the narrative to portray herself as the victim, arguing that the housemates are siding with Neelam and framing Neelam as overly possessive and emotional, ultimately invalidating Neelam's feelings. Individuals with histrionic traits consistently use physical appearance to draw attention to themselves. They are overly concerned with impressing others by their appearance and expend an excessive amount of time, energy, and money on clothes and grooming. Something we have seen Tanya do on the show and even outside the show. In a following exhibit, you will see her posting such videos before she became famous for wearing saris and lots of jewelries and posing as a spiritual influencer. Individuals with histrionic traits use excessive public display of emotion, for example, touching or embracing casual acquaintances with excessive ardor, which we have seen her do with Mridul, where she was touching his hand and caressing him while explaining to him how to play the game right, while sitting directly at the angle of camera. Just a few days ago, she was seen telling Amal to stay away from Midul and to not interact with him as much. She also seems to sob uncontrollably on minor sentimental occasions where you will see her only sob in her voice. There are no real tears or no real emotions to be felt. Her emotions often seem to be turned on and off quickly to be even deeply felt, which leads other contestants on the show to point out that she is faking her feelings. There are instances on the show where she appears to cry vocally, yet the display lacks genuine emotional depth or visible tears. This pattern has been observed multiple times on the show, as illustrated in the following exhibit. She appears to vocally cry, yet lacks genuine emotional depth or even visible tears. Her friend, Neelam Giri, in the same scene, appears to choke at the words that were difficult for her to utter because she was describing how she feels betrayed by Tanya repeatedly engaging with Farhana. despite her confrontation with Tanya that she dislikes Farhana. You can see Neelam crying and her emotion seems genuine. When you compare the two, it is very easy to see that Tanya's emotions lack the genuine depth and she cries for theatrics. She fakes a lot of her emotions. Individuals with histrionic traits often consider relationships more intimate than they actually are, and you will repeatedly see Tanya describe her emotions and her bond with the other contestants on the show as very strong, almost to the point where she nurtures them like her own baby, especially with Amal, Neelam, an ex contestant Jishan, etc.
अमाल कह रहे हैं तुझसे कि मैं तेरे को तैयार कर रही हूँ
मुझे
अमाल
लगता है ऐसा
In her apparent pursuit of attention, she went so far as to falsely claim that she was the brand ambassador for the tourism department of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, so much that the tourism authorities of MP and UP had to issue an official statement clarifying that she had no such affiliation or title.
आप एमपी और यूपी के ब्रांड एम्बेसडर भी हो ना टूरिज्म के?
जी आई एम ऑफिशियली प्रमोटिंग
She seems highly aware of her audience, often performing emotions rather than experiencing them, which aligns more with impression management than authenticity. In the end, Tanya seems less interested in being understood and more interested in being noticed, a distinction that says a lot about her need for validation. Or, as she might put it, I'm not dramatic, I'm just expressive, right? And I'm not analyzing Tanya, I'm just observing. Take care, stay safe.